And if you want your money back, I'm sure you can talk to someone. But guys, a couple of years ago, I'd been living in LA and I got tired of it. You know, I got like sick of it and thought, there's got to be a better place, right? Like, I'm tired of pretending I like going to the gym. So I decided I was going to move, I was going to leave. But before I was going to leave, I wanted to do an LA bucket list. You know all that like embarrassing shit that you're way too cool to do because you live in LA, like shop at the Grove. So I was like, I'm going to make a list. I got some friends to help me. And the worst thing on that list that I'm going to admit to you tonight here in a safe space was that I chose to do the Hollywood Sunset Ranch 4-hour horseback ride into the sunset. I haven't been on a horse since, I don't know, my ancestors were. There were several warning signs from the universe saying, no girl, don't do this. The first one was, it's not cheap to ride a horse. Like, I don't know if you know the going rates for horse rides, but it's pretty pricey. And on the website, there are options for lengths of time of the ride. There's like the, hey, get drunk with your friends, maybe try to get up on a horse for 25 minutes and then get the fuck off. There's like the 1 hour, no, I was like, go big or go home, am I right? 4 hours. We were gonna, 4. You start in Griffith Park, you ride up one of the trails into the hills of beautiful Glendale. Picturesque. Then you eat at a random-ass Mexican restaurant you cannot find on Yelp because I tried. And you get back on that horse and you ride back. 4 hours. But honestly, that didn't deter me. The biggest warning sign from the universe was when I get there, they're like, I go to check in with my friend, and they're like, do you know that there is a weight limit for the horseback ride? And I was like, oh yes, because I do my homework, and I'm good. And she was like, do you mind stepping back here real quick? And that's when I realized that stables have weights. Sorry, that's not what it's called, because I don't even fucking know what it's called. It's a scale, right? Your doctor has it? And that's when she put me on that scale, and we found out that I was 1 pound under the limit. And I was like, fucking suck it! I told you! It's like the most bittersweet victory of my life. So I'm like, you know what? I'm still gonna do this. We're doing it. Should have stopped, but didn't. You get up in the stable and they line you up, and then they line your horses up in a little horsey chute to make getting on very, very simple. You know, it's just like a kind of thing, right? So I could see who was lining up, who was pairing up with what horse, and I saw my horse, and my horse saw me. And we both knew we were in for an epic night. So I get on the horse. I don't remember it. I assume it went well and looked really cool. And then the horses start to go out of the chute, and all of a sudden it's just me on a horse. And the ground far below me. And I was like, holy shit, I'm so tall. This is the most majestic I've ever looked. I'm on a horse. Oh my God, my friend looked amazing. I was like, if I even look half as cool as she does, this is gonna be like the most fun ride ever. I was like, come here, cowgirl who was gonna show us on the ride, who looked like she rode out of a Western porno. Like, she's beautiful, like blonde hair, like a hat, a poncho that didn't look stupid. Stupid. I was like, can you please take our photo? Like, I just need this for posterity. And she did, and we have that photo tonight, right, Matt? Ba-boom! Matt, let's bring the lights on the stage now a bit, because people really got to get into this thing. Yes. Oh, did I mention there was helmets? Yeah, white ones. Yeah. That's me, if you didn't know. That was me. Let's take a quick moment and just dissect this, shall we? So this is my friend, Megan, riding in like a fucking horse sweater. I'm in my Hogwarts sweatshirt. She came with riding boots that she just owned. I'm in my grandpa shoes with extra arch support. She looks like a J. Crew model. I look like a kid with Down syndrome at Line Therapy. And it's like, I read that if you point in a photo, you look in charge. All the directors do it. Spielberg does it. He's like, where the fuck is Jaws? And he's just pointing. But the secret to that, and let me help you out for the future, the secret to that is to look where you're pointing. Because if you look somewhere else, you just look like a dumb. And by the way, my horse fucking knew it. Look at this motherfucker. He's like, don't get me in the photo. Do not take it. Worst night of my life. My friend's horse's name? Neptune, god of the ocean. My burro's name? Top Notch. Top Notch. So she handed back that phone and I saw the camera. And I was like, this is a crushing blow, but I'm gonna persevere. Should have just ridden right on back to the stable and found my mom, but no. So, like I said, Top Notch saw me coming. He totally saw that shit with the scale. He was like, are you kidding me, Beverly? That one? I get that one? Fuck you, Beverly. And I was like, yeah, fuck Beverly. She just weighed me in public. Because, like, I avoid activities where you have to give an honest answer to your weight. Skydiving. Bungee jumping. Sex with the lights on. Try to avoid it. I don't need that kind of pressure. So Top Notch decided that this was going to be the worst night of his life, with this slow girl on his back. So he was like, I'm going to just do whatever. But he was out of fucks to give. So she was like, oh, you're on Top Notch. You should know. He's a snacker. I was like, me too. We have so much in common. When the horses walk up the trail on the mountain, the horses have like 15 feet of like beautiful, flat, level, safe trail. And then there's just a cliff of insanity, of just death, certain death. And the horses are trained to walk right on the edge. It's like right on the edge. Top Notch's favorite snacks grew on the other side of the edge. We were in the back of the line, so no one really gave a shit what he was doing. So he would just be like, and I'm gonna go. And then I find myself on a fucking horse slide to oblivion. I was like, oh! Terrifying. He was such an asshole. My beautiful cowgirl would be like, you just gotta tell him to get. You gotta tell him to get on Top Notch. And I'm like, ma'am, he's facing death. Like, I'm not gonna tell him to go towards it. And she's like, no, horses aren't suicidal. And I'm like, mine is. Did you not? Tonight he is. He should be on like a 72-hour 5150. It's gonna be rough. So, we're riding along. Top Notch sees a tumbleweed. He decides like, fuck yeah, tonight's the night I'm getting that tumbleweed. So he like picks it up and just tries to surreptitiously carry it with us. Like no one sees, no one. Cowgirl rides on over. You need to drop that tumbleweed. I was like, do what she says, man. We're so screwed. He was like, no, we got put in a horsey timeout. We had to walk with her for a little bit, calm down. It was rough. It was a rough 2-hour ride to the restaurant. We get there, I fall off the horse. Is that how you disembark, get dismount? Disembark the horse? Is this where I'm disembarking? I'm ready. Got my carry on, got my passport. There was not enough tequila in the restaurant to make me mentally prepared for trying to get back on that horse. I was just like, ooh, because we were not at the stable anymore. There was no horsey shoot. There was just the ground. Megan does yoga and was just like, I don't know, just, do that. And she was on the horse. I was like, what? Are you Spider-Man? I can't do that. So Cowgirl was like, no worries, we're gonna get a chair. The thing is, horses are scared of new, unknown pieces of furniture. They get spooked. They're like, who put that picnic table there? Oh my God, what the what? So Top Notch basically just didn't want the chair. I mean, it took a village and all of my classmates or my ride mates to get me back on that horse. It was a team effort. I really feel like we bonded. So we start riding back. It's darkness now. Like sunset rides, sunset leads to darkness, so you just see nothing but like the butt of the horse in front of you. You're like, I hope we're going in the right direction. Then we get about maybe like 200 yards from the ranch, and the winds change. Top Notch smells home. He smells freedom. He knows it's so close. He breaks formation, unlike Beyonce said, and begins galloping with me on his back towards home. Let me just talk about the lower half of my body and what it had been through. I don't have a child, but I've seen and heard about childbirth. But basically, the lower half was stuck in this position, and it was bad. It was bouncing. I was broken. I'm a broken woman. I was broken. So and that was just from him walking slowly and snacking. When he galloped, I was like, oh, there it goes. Yikes. We gallop on home because he knows how close he is to getting me off of his hide. So we get there first, obviously. She's calling after me. He can sense your weakness. You've got to. And I was like, what? I can't do this anymore. I can't anymore with you. Oh my God. We get there. I just slide off. I walk to my car like this. Just like, oh God, the Prius. About a week later, I get an email, and they're like, hey, Gina, how did you enjoy the Sunset Ranch sunset ride? Do you want to leave a review? I was like, yes. In the end, my review was only 2 words long. Top notch. Thank you guys. I'm Gina Hermosillo.